Namaste. Welcome to Mindful Yoga and Autumn. So today our theme is impermanence. So impermanence is our life is not permanent, then everything changes and nothing stays the same. So it's one of the, actually it's quite a big one, but a foundational Buddhist concept, impermanence. So let's practice that and practice to reflect on impermanence. And also, the change. Yeah, weather is changing. And, these days, autumn is morning and nighttime is actually quite cold, but the daytime in the sun is hot. So it's a lot of changes happening. And even I like a routine. Then even we wake up early same time, then sleep at the same time. But there are some changes happen in our life, right? So it's like a spiral. So I'm just, talking about spiral. So routine is, I imagine that the routine is like a circle, clock, like a clock circle. Then, 12 hours or 24 hours of cycle, right? But spiral looks quite similar to circle, but the spiral doesn't come to the same place again, right? So slightly change the course and, I imagine to have like more from inside, right? Starting from inside, so it's like a birth at the center, then growth, then wider and wider and wider, and maybe dying off. But also spiral goes the other way too, from outside, then gradually focusing in, then more concentrated, then it's more powerful, then maybe goes very small, but that's spiral too. Anyway, so you can imagine today we're gonna do lots of spiral movement. So spiral, and actually spiral is symbol of the birth, growth, and life. Death, sorry. So life and death, and also the birth, growth, and the death. That's kind of a symbolized as that, our course of our life. So also another thing, when I was thinking of a spiral, I kind of imagined to have like a storm. Our life is, happening many things, but our life goes on, and sometimes it goes upside down like a storm. So the storm that in Japan it's called typhoon. So that's English, but in Japan it's called typhoon. So typhoon is, it's a season. When I was growing up in Japan, typhoon season is August and September. So August to September, and warmest ocean in the south, that's kind of start from. Then that typhoon travel over the islands to the north, and sometimes goes to the east to the Pacific Ocean and die off. So typhoon is basically, it's the wind and the rain that spiral force of energy that moves trouble, right? So typhoon destroys everything wherever they goes, like roof and the trees and the, everything taking off, right? So it's like a god of destruction. But this god of destruction, typhoon, we say they have an eye of typhoon. So center of that typhoon, that the spiral action is happening in that center is actually very calm and stillness. So stillness and calmness in center. So I thought, why not? Can we create that stillness and calmness in our center? Even we're gonna do spiral movement. Okay, so that's our practice today. So where is our center? So center can be, in our body, for example. So today we're gonna pay attention to the spiral movement and bring in awareness to the spiral action of our body. So if we have something like spiral like this, so where is our center? It's maybe this area, right? Then when you do rotation, this is an external rotation, then internal rotation. Those rotations, there is a happening of a spiral movement. So just to think of where is the center, maybe inside of the bone, or maybe is it the pinky fingers, or if you are doing this, then maybe the focal point is here, right? So there's a lot of like, we can find the center. So the bone, then also maybe the joint, then also center is our heart, then also calmness in our mind, which can be the center. So let's create a centeredness and cultivating a centeredness and calmness. Okay, so let's come on to the back, but make sure to have the belt close by. We're gonna use it. Then lie down to the mat. So let's find our knees and roll side to side. And then let's make a spiral movement. So sacrum in the knees, so in the opposite direction. So right and left has an individual, separate spiral action. So we are moving the knees, but what happening to our buttock or sacrum? Just observe and change the direction. So even we change the direction of the movement, actually center is still the same. So pay attention to that center and relax that area. All right, and then come back to center. Okay, well, we use the word center quite a lot. All right, cross the right leg over the left, and then kind of pointing the toes out. So if you can stack, so it's kind of a stacking the knees. So left knee over the right knee. Then if you can get your toes, that's great. But if don't, that's okay as well. Even you cannot stack the knees, that's all right. But if you are able to grab the feet, maybe pointing, let the movement happening to the outward. So moving the toes out, opposite direction. And notice what's happening to the back, lower back on the mat. Okay, let's change. So now right knee, top of your left knee. Then point your knees, point your heel, our toes out. Then gathering the knees towards you. Okay. Then let's release that. Then get your belt. So today, first, we're gonna use the belt as like a smaller loop. Maybe you want to make a small loop. You know, the loop is just a fit to your foot, so light foot. Okay, then we come to happy baby. So just hold on to the right foot, the belt, then left hand, left foot, or anywhere, then gently roll side to side. So gradually we're gonna move the leg straight when the leg comes to the lower. Then the upper leg is still like a happy baby. Then roll to the other way. Then bend your right knee. Then bend your left knee. So if it's easier if you have a belt side, it's easier to stretch your legs so you can contact. But if you don't have a belt side, not the belt side, it's okay. Your leg just goes wherever it lands. All right. So now let's come to center and stretch your left leg. So left leg has a no belt, right? Then point your left toe and flex. Maybe circle your ankles. Then the other way. Then point your left toe up. Then push your left heel out, flex. Then gradually lower your left leg to the mat. So now we are creating similar to like a runner's lunge or warrior one pose. As if your left foot is grounding to the mat. So engage the left leg, then bend your left to the right knee as you know, as if your right foot is on the ground. And bring your right knee towards you using the belt. Then make sure to relax your shoulder. And feel the openness to the hip. All right. Then gradually bringing the right knee to the left side and we're gonna twist. And find a nice openness to the right lower back. And maybe you like to spread your right arm to the side and open the chest. Okay, then back to center. So bring your knee towards you and let's switch the belt to your left foot. Then again, it's like a happy baby. We're gonna roll side to side. Then as we roll to side, lower leg goes to straight, then upper leg goes to bend the knees. It's actually like warrior two pose, then opening the hips to the side. Of course, that having a belt, it's easier to straighten your leg. And gradually we're gonna come back to center. Then let's bring your knee to the center and to the center. Then stretch your right leg up. Point your toes and flex. Then circle your ankles and go other way around. All right, and point your right toe, then flex. Push your heels out, then gradually lower the right leg to the mat. Engage the leg. And press your right hip towards the mat. Again, it's like imagine to have warrior one pose or runner's lunge pose. As if you are standing on the floor. So your right foot is really engaged. Then bend your left knee towards the chest and flex. So your left foot is facing to the ceiling. And feel the openness to the hamstring, and especially left side. Then feel the hip flexor stretching on right side. Okay. Then let's do that twist. So twist, bringing the left knee to the right side. And you can let go the belt if you like and spread your arms out. And look to your left hand if that's available to you. And release the lower back. So when we do the whole body twisting, the center is, so right now what is our center is actually, it's called center of gravity. So you know the sacrum. So sacrum is the bone. It's lower than lower back. So the sacrum is the kind of a bottom of the spine, right? Like a tailbone area. That's the bone is sacrum. So near that place or between the navel and the sacrum at the back. So navel is the front, then sacrum at the back. So between that place, it's center of gravity. So now our twist is twist the spiral movement of our whole body. That center is the eye of typhoon is at that center of gravity. Then also there is a center of energy, which is around the navel and accurately 3 fingers below the navel inside. So you can think of that as a center. Okay, then let's come back to center again, the center. Then let's lie down to the mat, kind of spreading the legs wide and arms wide like a snow angel when you are making a snow angel. So we're gonna do a spiral movement on the ground, but I think it's hard to see for you. So I'm going to demonstrate by standing, but you're gonna be on the ground. So what we're gonna do is like a star like this, right? Maybe you can, yeah. So we are moving the right leg first. Right leg go up, then cross over. Then look to your right hand still on the ground. Then gradually we are coming onto the belly, but the right hand is dragging. Take your time. Maybe fingertips dragging. Then gradually coming onto your belly, but take your time. There's a spiral action happening. Then center is that the center of gravity area. Now you are on your belly. Then we're gonna go back same way, leg first. So right leg goes back, then over to the left leg. Then gradually pitting your chest up. Maybe your hands is dragging on the ground. Then gradually on your back. Does that make sense? So let's do the left side. So cross the left leg over to the right. Then look to your left hand and you are gradually moving your left hand towards the center. Then side of your body down. Then gradually coming onto your belly. Then let's go back that way. Left leg up behind you. Then cross over the right. Then gradually on your side. And I feel like you may bend your knees if this movement is a little bit not so comfortable. And come on to the back. So we're gonna continue this. So on your, okay, I'm coming on the mat now. Then right leg up and cross. So you can bend your knees here if that's more accessible for you. Or you can be straight leg. Then coming onto the left side of the body down. Then gradually dragging your right fingers to the floor and coming on your belly. Then we go back, right leg up and behind you, you can bend your knees anytime. Then gradually coming on to the left side of the body, on your back. So you are at the start. Then now left leg up, then cross over the right side. And then gradually coming on your right side of the body. So make the movement a little bit more fluid and flow. So you are relaxing the body and coming onto your belly now. Then we're gonna go back. Left leg up, then cross over. Now you can take your time and come onto your back. So let's continue. Actually, I love this movement, so I can do I can do hold it. So notice how you can kind of a stretching like a spiral way. But there is a center, right? So when you have like a kind of a shape of X, right? So your legs and hands, it's creating an X shape, then creating a spiral movement. Then next time when you come onto your back, just rest there. And just rest. Okay, then let's hug your knee to the chest and gently roll side to side. And then you may come onto your side and come to the seat, or you may roll back and forth, roll up and down, and massage to the back. Then cross your leg, and then come up. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the wall if you have a wall space. So I would put the mat, the wrong side to the wall. And I think you can still see me. And then you want to have a block dumbbell. Okay, so block close by. Then we're gonna open the legs wide. So you can still use the belt as a small loop, just to put it close by. Then feet apart, then buttock on the wall, then bend your knees and bend forward. So you can place the block on your hands to stay, but it's a nice support to your back. So buttock on the wall, or if you don't have a wall, you can be just as Prasarita Padottasana is feet apart and toes pointing forward, then just a head down. So just so you don't have a support at the buttock. If you have a buttock, it's more easier to relax. I mean, stay in a position and you can balance well. So your buttock is resting, but maybe your heel is away from the wall. All right. Now we're gonna coming up, but take your time, bend your knees, then slowly rise up. So keep your buttock on the floor, I mean the wall, then pointing your knees out. This time pointing your the toes out. Then we're gonna bend the knees right and left. So your buttock is still on the wall. So your buttock or the center of gravity or center of the energy can be the center now. So if you are not using a wall, you can just do, it's like a spider. You can use the hands, open and then close. So either way. So if you don't use the wall, it's more challenging. But if you use the wall, it's more supportive, then more easy to access. Okay. And one more each. And come to center. Get the block close by to the wall on right side of the foot. Then we're gonna come more close to the wall. Then point your right toe parallel to, so the right foot is parallel to the floor. Wall. Then we're gonna come to warrior two. Bend your right knee. So your buttock or the right side of your thigh is maybe touching to the wall. Then hands spread. Then your right shoulder, maybe left shoulder as well, touching to the wall. Warrior two. So if you like to have a more support, make sure more space of the body touching to the ground, to the wall. Okay, if you're not having a wall, it's quite challenging to hold for warrior two pose. Okay, from warrior two pose, so let's straight our right leg. Just taking a break. Then bend your right knee one more time. Then bring your right elbow, right knee, then extended side angle. So maybe at your shoulder, your left shoulder maybe touching to the wall. So it's a good support. So left thumb touching to the wall too. And you can also use the block to help your hands there. Then buttock is nicely, so right side of the buttock on the wall. One more breath. Just coming to sit. All right. And then slowly release and come back to center. So this time we're gonna use the block rarely. So make sure your shoulders at the back, back is supported on a wall, or if you are not using a wall, it's not happening, but we're gonna come to half moon. So half moon pose is we are lifting the left leg up. So slide your left heel through the wall. So left heel can stay on the wall. So your hand on the block, then a little bit more front of the right toe. So there's a space, torso space, shoulder, then hip crease, that much space. Then there's a block. So you can rest your heel, left back heel to the wall. And even you can rest your upper arm on the wall. You may slightly bend your right knee as well. And then when it's no more, then bend your right knee gradually coming down. Okay, so let's shake the legs and hands, just relaxing. Of course, we're gonna do the other side, but we're gonna relax. So this time, the block coming onto your left hand side, so left toe side down on the ground. Now first, we're gonna come to warrior two pose, right? So the left buttock close to the wall and touching. Then make sure your left foot is parallel to the wall. And then your kneecap goes same direction as your big toe. Then your back heel, right heel to the back. And then maybe the left shoulder, left arm, maybe touching to the wall, or maybe back hand as well. Make sure you are not leaning back. Means if your buttock is far from the wall and try to push your buttock out, then that doesn't work well. So make sure you are close. Okay, and find the center line. So where is your center? Can you keep it quiet or calm. So if you have a more support, it's easier to make that calmness, right? Ground your feet. One more breath. All right, stretch your leg. And we're gonna bend our knees to extended side angle. Bend your left knee again, bring your elbow to the knee. Then right hand goes over the hand. So maybe the right hand touching on the wall, then just sliding the right arm over the head. Maybe using a block if the knee to the elbow doesn't work. Notice where your body part touching on the ground, on the wall. Then find the center, navel, M. And maybe gazing up if your neck is okay. One more breath. All right. Then gradually up to center. Okay. So let's bring the legs closer and let's shake it. So next one is a half moon. So it's a little bit challenging because the one leg's to stand, then other leg, right leg, it goes up. So the same way we did the warrior two and extended side angle, your pelvis is facing inside of the room, right, against the wall. So let's do that. So first your buttock is on the wall, then block on your left hand, then point your left toe to the parallel to the wall, then gradually lifting the right leg. Maybe right heel is touching to the wall, and maybe bend your left knee or maybe straight, then left hand down on a block, then right hand goes up. So notice the center, your navel. Navel is facing to the center of the room. Or maybe gaze up through your right finger. And maybe soften your left knee, or maybe straight, whichever works for you. One more breath. All right, bend your left knee, then we're gonna gradually coming down. Okay. All right. So let's do the warrior two pose one more time. So this time we're gonna pay attention to the the spiral action happening in our body. So let's keep it just the left leg first. So spread your legs wide and your left foot is parallel to the wall. Then your buttock, maybe only left buttock or maybe right buttock too, on the wall. Maybe your both shoulder blade down on the wall or maybe one side. Then spread your arm. So when you spread your arm, palm is facing down, right? So there's the action of the shoulder, how you keep that arm. So there's a little bit spiral actions happening from the shoulder socket. Then there is a little external spiral movement. And also happening to this leg, the left leg, spiral action happening, the external rotation of the left thigh. Then the left knee. So actually that the muscle is doing that work. So muscle is supporting the joint. Okay. Then gradually up. Then feet are closer and let's shake it. And we're gonna do the other way. So now right foot is parallel to the wall. So feet apart. Then point your right toe. Then your kneecap goes same direction. Then your right side of the buttock may touch on the wall, or maybe left buttock too, or maybe not. So we're gonna pay attention to what's happening to the spiral movement or spiral action of the body part. Then engaging, so that's engaging the muscle. Then what's happening to the back leg this time? Just pay attention to the back leg. So planting the left heel down, there is an action happening in order to engage the muscle. Right, there's a spiral action. Then spiral action of the front leg too. One more breath. All right, then stretch your leg, then release. All right. So if you like, well, I will move my mat to the shorter side, coming onto the wall this time. Then it's like a downward facing dog, palms on the wall and bend forward. But if you don't use the wall and just come to downward facing dog. But if you have a wall, palms on the wall and like a downward facing dog, you may slightly bend your knees. Okay. Then let's bring the right foot forward and rise up. Okay. Then if you can bring the belt, then put it on your right foot somewhere, the ball of the foot. Then we are holding on the belt. Okay, then we're gonna do warrior one pose, but your right toe maybe away from the wall, a little bit away from the wall, but close. Then ground your left foot down and try to move your left hip facing to the wall. And keep engaging the right. So ball of the foot and belt and pulling. Then bend your right knee. Then you can rest your left hand on the wall. So make sure that you are comfortably reaching to the left hand on the wall. Relax your right shoulder, holding the belt. One more breath. And then release. And same feet. Then this time, use, left hand is holding the belt. Okay. Inhale, right hand up. Then on your exhalation, we're gonna bend towards the wall, then actually towards the left right toe. Then maybe the right hand touch to the wall. So it's kind of a spiral movement. Does that make sense? So your left hand is holding the belt on the right foot, then right hand up, then ground your left foot down strong. You can slightly bend your left knee if you like. Then reach your right hand to the wall and touch. Then there's a spiral movement happening. Then looking to your right side. So if you like, you can bend your both knee. And if you are not on a wall, you may doing the twisted trikonasana triangle. Okay. Then slowly release. And you can bring your left knee down. So maybe bringing the foot and knee away. It's like a more Anjaneyasana. So tuck your left toe under. So if you are wall close by, maybe you are not bending forward much, then hold in the wall. Then if you are on the just floor, like Anjaneyasana, then hands move forward. So you are facing to the wall, right? Then palms on the wall, then move your pelvis forward. So you may be toes touching to the wall. And feel the openness to the left front of the thigh. One more breath. Okay, rise up. Then bring your palms together to heart center. And inhale, lengthening. Then on your exhalation, twist. So spiral action happening in the center of the body. Then bring your left elbow to the right knee. And twist. Or maybe just the left hand, then right hand on your back. So however it works, but there is a spiral action happening. One more breath. And exhale, release, and pull your hips back. And lift your right toe up. You can use the pull the belt too, if you like. Okay. Then let's release. Then we're gonna stand up. Let's do downward facing dog on the wall. Palms down and bend forward. Just stretch the hamstring. Or just downward facing dog on the floor. Okay. Then lift your left leg forward and put the belt on that left foot. I mean a belt. So somewhere on the left ball of the foot, we are coming to warrior one pose. So maybe left toe close to the wall or just on the floor. Then keeping the belt with your left hand. Then ground your right foot back. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Then exhale, plant your right palm on the wall. Then pull the belt slightly. Warrior one. Your left knee and left toe goes same direction. One more breath. And exhale, release. Okay, so let's bring actually lightning down. Okay, let's start from here. You are still keeping the belt on your left hand. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Then on your exhalation, right palm come onto the wall. Then maybe lift the right knee up. Then twist and look into the left side, spinal movement. Maybe stretch your left leg or maybe keep your knee bent. And if you are doing on the floor, it's twisted trikonasana. And then gradually down. Okay, so now let go the belt and bring your palms together. Did I say lightly down? And inhale, lengthening. Then exhale, bring your right elbow, left knee, and looking to the left side. So bring your navel to the left side. Twist. Maybe you can lift your right knee up. Or maybe right palm on your knees and left palm at your back and looking to the left side. Okay, let's release it. Then keep the belt on your left foot. Then pull your hips back and stretch your left leg. Then pull the belt and stretch the hamstring and the calf. All right, and release. All right, so this was a little bit confusing and challenging and something different. All right, let's straight our legs forward, please. And shake your leg if you like. Then if you like, then block against to the wall and press the bottom of the feet on the, can you see this one? So bottom of the feet against to the block. Then we're gonna bend forward. Either you may bend your knees or just hang over your thighs. So it's good to have a support, or, you know, always we push the heels forward, but having a block there, you got to do, I mean, you are naturally flexing. So that's give you more stretch. And also you can do with the block and a belt. If you don't have a wall, then catch the belt with the block, then you can do bend forward too. And let's release the back of the body and the buttock. All right, then gradually release. So next one is up to you if you like to do or maybe not doing it. Then bring your palms behind you, fingers open wide. So roll your shoulder back and down. So lowering the shoulder, then bringing the shoulder blade closer. Then bend your knees, plant your feet down to the mat. Then maybe just lifting the chest here and looking up. Or maybe tuck your navel towards the spine and pelvis up. And looking up, or maybe looking back. And squeeze the buttock. And a great opening to the shoulders. One more breath. And then exhale, release. All right. So now let's get to the belt. And the belt is wider. Wider, big loop. So for the hammock pose, but not right away, we're gonna do. So just want to prepare before laying down. So you can come onto the back, then make the loop. Then first I want to release the lower back. So let's make a spiral movement with the knees. So start from small, then gradually wider. So purpose here is to release the lower back and massage the buttocks. And then change the direction of the circle. You can do wider to get to the outer hip. Then when that's done, plant your feet. Then drop your knee to the side. Then a little bit of spiral here and move your, so if you drop the knee to the right side, left hand goes out farther. So the connection left hand, then the knees. So it's nice diagonal line. And then the other way, drop your knee to the left side and right hand goes to the right side. Or look to that side. And do a few more times like this. All right. Then gradually come back to center and let's do hammock pose. So the hammock pose is your right foot, then head connects. Then let your left leg heavy on the ground. Then let your head heavy to lean to the belt. Then shoulder away from the ear. And stretch your leg. Yeah, so stretch your other leg. Left leg down, yes. So when you release the left leg, notice how your left hip flexor opens. And then stretch the back of the neck. And notice the center of this pose. So not only your physical center and the center of yourself, your mind and heart. And can you find the calmness there? Okay, then slowly we're gonna release only head. Then your head comes down to the mat. Make sure to have a good spine. I mean, a spine straight and shoulder relax. And then externally rotating. Remember the spiral action happening to our joint or the engage in the muscle to protect the joint and opening the right leg out. So if you are externally rotating your leg from the jaw hip joint, there's a inner legs, inside of the legs are opening. So you may be rotating your arms as well. So palm is facing upright. So there's external rotations happening. All right, and bend your right knee and bring it to center. And then switch to the left hand. Left hand hold the belt. And then move your right leg to the left side. Rest. And notice what's happening to this spiral movement. And maybe right hand goes out to spread. And then come back to center. Let's do the hammock on the other side. Left foot and a head. And let go the tension. And drop your arms and soften. And maybe soften your center. and observe what's happening and how you feel into the center. And then gradually let go your head and head down, come onto the mat. Hold the belt on your left hand, then externally rotate your leg. So spiral action there and open out. If this is too much, you can rest your left leg on the block. That helps to the support. Or maybe left toe on the wall. That's great too. Okay. And bend your left knee, please, and switch the leg. Switch the hand. Right hand holding the belt and move your left leg to the right side. Then spread your left arm out and open. And then gradually release and Shavasana. And if you like to, since you may be close to the wall, if you like to come to the Shavasana on the wall, please do. So if you are using a wall, make sure that your buttock is connecting to the wall. So you don't have a space buttock and the legs. So your buttock is nicely come to the corner of wall and the floor. Or you can do just a regular Shavasana on the floor and relax. And let go all the tension. And feel the ground. And let the gravity take your body. Gently Bring your awareness to your fingers and toes. Invite small movement. As you move your hands, move your legs, feel the energy. As you breathe in, the oxygen is coming into the body, traveling through the bloodstream. Feel that flow of energy, flow of the breath. So actually that the breath and the energy is flowing the similar way or same way. Let's move your arms over the head. Let's stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, exhale. Bring your knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to yourself. Thanks to your body and mind. And roll onto the right side. Stay here for a moment. Then gradually press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. Let's take a big inhale, hands reach to the sky, gathering all the happiness, peace, and a positive energy, seal to your heart. Exhale, bring your palms together at the heart center. May this yoga practice benefit you and all beings. Thank you very much for letting me guide through your practice and sharing your time together. Namaste. Thank you. If you have any question, let me know.